Hey everyone, welcome to Judging for the Win. I'm Dave, and this is my daily ruling. Today's question was suggested by a viewer. Thanks to the Helicon Brewing Magic players for this one. Amy uses Wand of Wonder to cast a suspended sentence belonging to Nick. After suspended sentence is exiled, who will remove a time counter from this card during their upkeep? Who will cast it when the last time counter is removed? Alright, so the first thing that I want to notice is that a spell or ability's controller is the one who performs the instructions as it resolves. That means that officially, Amy is going to be the one to exile suspended sentence and put 3 time counters on it. With this being the case, you might expect that would mean Amy would also be the one to take the time counters off and eventually cast the spell off suspend. Well, that information is going to be important to our answer, but we'll need to check suspend's wording in the comprehensive rules to confirm which player is going to have the instructions to do those things. So suspend is a keyword, which means that officially the game considers the word suspend cost on a card to be equivalent to if this card had this statement printed on it. Actually, the full text of suspend is even longer than this. I just edited out all the parts that aren't relevant to the scenario that we're discussing. You can see why they wanted to keyword it. So, as you can see, at the beginning of your upkeep, remove a time counter, and you may cast the suspended card when the last one comes off. The words you and your on a magic card refer to its controller, or, since suspended sentence is exiled, they refer to its owner, in other words, Nick. Therefore, Nick will remove the time counters during his upkeep, and he'll be the one to cast suspended sentence when it comes off suspend. We'll observe that this answer relied only on what the comprehensive rules had to say about what was written on this card, not on the circumstances of how it became suspended. This means Nick would also be the one to do these things each subsequent time the suspended sentence comes off suspend this game. In the same way, the answer would not change if, for example, Nick cast the suspended sentence, but another player somehow gained control of the spell, such as with an Ether Snatch. Now, this ruling might be a little bit of a surprise for some people, especially if you play with adventure cards, because the ruling is exactly the opposite if you somehow manage to cast one of these that's owned by a different player. Unlike with Suspend, the way an adventurer card ended up in the exile zone matters. It's not possible to cast them anytime that they're exiled. Rather, the permission to cast the other half of an adventurer card in the exile zone is assigned to the controller of the corresponding adventure spell as it resolved. Because of how this rule is written, the answer is different from how the suspend case worked. I talked about this in more detail in my video titled How Does Adventure Work, and you can check that out if you'd like a fuller explanation. That's all I have for you today. How did you do? Join me again next time for another daily ruling. Until then, I hope you have a great day.